Hi guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my channel where I do talk a lot about cross stitch, but today I'm here for my weekly knitting podcast. It is called It's Time for Sock Knitting and it's episode 5. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We have got this far and I have knitted a lot of socks, I feel, in that time. I have quite a few projects today and quite a few finished socks, so I'm really excited. So let's get started. The first ones I have to show you, they're in my hands. I can't resist. Look at this. My husband now has a new pair of socks. Aren't they cool? I know I was very dubious about them at the beginning, especially with the way they pulled differently in different areas, but now I love them. I think they are so cool. They definitely had that sci-fi kind of galactic feel to them, and I love how the heels and the toes stripe differently. It's almost like they're matching, and then you've got the rest of the sock. So I knitted these out of the first sock, I guess it'd be a vanilla sock recipe from the sock book, well, the sock project by Summer Lee. I love this book. A lot of my projects you'll see will be from this book. And I used Jokonamo Textiles yarn. So I'm in Australia and they are a yarn company based in Richmond, which actually isn't far from me. I'm in the Blue Mountains, which is in New South Wales. And yeah, this skein, well, this colour is called Kingfisher. It was one my kids chose for my husband, and isn't it glorious? The blues and the oranges. And I really did think that it would knit up kind of all stripy. And when I started knitting it, so I knitted him the large, I cast on 72 stitches. And yeah, this is how it came out. So pretty cool. He loves them and I'm absolutely stoked that I got them finished. And actually I started these this month, so that's pretty good. Less than a month he got a pair of socks. So for him I did 15 rounds of 2x1 rib. I did 50 rounds for the leg, and this is all on 2.25mm needles, which is US 1. I just did the standard heel, turn, and then gusset. And then I did 70 rounds all the way down to the toe. So yeah, that got him a pair of socks and he loves them and is very pleased and can't wait to wear them. But I said, no, I need to film first. So yes, tonight I will give them to him, and actually we're having this kind of tropical storm heat wave thing going on at the moment, so I don't think he'll be wearing them right away, but they will be in his drawer ready to wear. So yeah, that was my first finish. Very excited about that one. Oh, each sock, so it weighs 39 grams each sock, and they weighed the same. I was so relieved. I thought, yes, I did it right. So that means I do have this left, and that has 29 grams in it left. So actually 39 plus 39 plus 29 is 107. So I got a bit extra in this skein, which is nice. So I have 29 grams left, and I'm sure I will use it sometime. I mean, it's so striking, and it'll really be interesting to see what I do depending on the circumference. Like that's 72 stitches, and obviously that is kind of back and forth knitting, isn't it? On the small to get the stripes. So yes, very excited by my first proper finish. Now I do have 2 more finished socks to show you, but they are from different different pairs, but that's okay. So the next one I finished, and I love this sock. I think this might be the best sock I've ever knitted. Is this one. Look, I finished it. So this is from Summer Lee's Colourwork Cuff Club. It is from the August flowers. Can you tell? And isn't it beautiful? I just love it. I love that I did the contrasting heel and toe. I just think it gives it that pop, and I love the yarn. It is so beautiful and soft. So this is from Summer Lee's base pattern, which is in the Colourwork Cuff Club, and that pretty much seems to be the same as the first pattern that's in her book. So it's pretty standard what I did for me. I used 2.25mm needles for the ribbing cuff, and then I changed to 2.75 millimeter. So I think that was US size 1, then US size 2 for my Colourwork. And you can really see how it comes out for the Colourwork. I have tried it on and I did think maybe it's a little bit roomy. I think I'm quite loose in my Colourwork. Oh, they look nice, don't they? But yeah, they're definitely not tight. And I actually went to my local shop, the House of Wool at Lura, and they were out of 2.5s. So I thought 2.25 might be too tight because it's such a big piece of Colourwork. So I am going to knit my next sock. So I have the matching pair on 2.75 millimeter as well, but I will keep a lookout for 2.5 needles because I think I might just need to go down that little bit. But anyway, they fit, they still look good. I'm still happy with them. So yeah, that's good. Now, after the Colourwork, it did say to knit for 3 rounds and then do the heel. As you can see, I didn't. I liked my cuffs nice and long. I wear them with short boots and yeah, that's what suits me. I want people to see the work I've done. I don't want it to disappear in the book. So I did keep going for quite a bit longer. I didn't count. Sorry, but I know my leg to the heel is 4.5 inches. So that is what I knitted to, and then look at the pop of colour. So the colours, these are both Hodge Podge Skeins. They actually are another Blue Mountains dye. They're at Springwood, and this is, the light colour is their Knit for the Girls special. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Woman's Body. I just love it, and she does have some skeins of this left on her website. And the pink is called Pink Funk, and that seems to be like from a standard range colour that she has, and I just love them. I think they go perfectly together, and because both yarns are from the same dyer, like I'm pretty sure it's the same hot pink in it. So yeah, I think that's why I love it so much, and they complement each other so well because they are the same dyer. So yes, and this yarn is her 4-ply sock yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So yeah, really happy with this. I did my standard 50 rounds I usually do for the foot, and then yeah, the normal toe, and yeah, fits really well. So very, very happy with this sock. I have already, because I like to do it immediately so I don't get second sock syndrome, because I feel like I'm a person that would be prone to that. The next one, so it is on its way. I have done the cuff and I am on the Colourwork with my 2.75 shorties, I think they're called. These are the Knit Pro ones, so one needle is 2 inch, one needle is 3 inch. They're 10 inches altogether, and they're fixed, but yeah, they have been working well for the Colourwork. So that was my second sock finish for the week. Really pleased with that. Oh, in terms of how much to use, so this sock weighs 32 grams. I'm sorry, I didn't think to weigh, I should have weighed the balls straight after, before I started the second sock, but I will weigh them when I finish the second sock divided by 2 and see how much I used for the Colourwork. Compared to the main yarn, but I don't think it's much because I did weigh this just before I filmed just to see. I'm sorry, I have 2 cats which are fighting over a ball of wool. I'm just gonna have to rescue it. One sec. Sorry about that. It is safe. It is rescued. It rolled off the sofa and both of them like went for it and then froze and were like mid-air, like who's gonna get at me or you? And I just dived in and got it. I think they're a bit disappointed that they're kind of not looking at each other, flicking their tails like, well, she spoiled our fun. Anyway, back to the yarn. So when I weighed this, because I thought, well, maybe I'll just get an idea of how much Colourwork is left. Sorry, how much colour. How much I used for the Colourwork from how much is left. There was 98 grams left on the ball, so the ball must have been a bit bigger than 100 grams, even though the label says 100 grams. I mean, it's nice. They're so generous. But yes, it didn't. I thought that's way more than 2 grams worth of Colourwork, isn't it? Especially because I used it for the heel and the toe. So anyway, I will do better with the second one and find out. But yes, so one sock overall was 32 grams. So pretty good. All right, and then I finished another sock. I know, and I'm utterly thrilled by this one. I know I said this is my favorite sock I've ever knitted, but the next one's close. It is so close. And actually when I tried it on, I think it does look better on. on than this one, and I didn't think that was possible because that one is so nice. Ta-da! I have finished my, well, in my head I call it my Christmas sock, but I do plan on wearing this in winter, which in Australia is not Christmas at all, is it? But oh, it is so gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. So the red I used is from Creative Garage. It is one of the minis from their strawberry set, and it has a stellina base and has that stellina sparkle in it. It's a silver sparkle, and I just love it. I feel like it elevates the whole sock, but I love the whole sock overall, especially this beautiful aqua color, and it's so soft. So as I was saying, the mini is from, nope, here it is. Everything's rolling away. So this is the mini from Creative Garage, the strawberry set, and yeah, you can really see that shine. It's just lovely. And then this is, here we go, the yarn I use for the mane. Now this yarn is so soft. It's from Fibre. It's not like a color in their range. It is from their perfect pairs sets that they do, and they seem to release quite a few different ones at times. So I'm not sure if they'll ever repeat it, but I just love this color, and I love the combination. I know it was bold, and I know I started it and then I stopped, and I'm like, well, I'm not sure about this. Maybe it's too bright, but yeah. I just love it. Oh, that's where my, my striped jog is. But anyway, it's not going to matter when I'm wearing it. Yeah, I just love it. And it's so appropriate for this time of year because it's going to be December next week. And I have Christmas socks. Well, sock. I need to finish the other one, don't I? So this is from the Sock Project book. Can you tell I'm a bit of a Summerlee fan? And this is, I'm not going to show you the actual pattern page because it's got the pattern on it, but this is the sock here. As you see, it's pretty close, except I did an extra repeat on it and a longer cuff. So instead of the 3 stripes, I did the 4. And that pattern in the book is actually called the Stripes Recipe Number 2, the French Connection. So here we are. So I did add more. I think she only did like 8 rounds of ribbing, while I did in mine 25. And actually, I love it on. It keeps my my sock up a lot better, and yeah, it just feels more trim. So I think I might be becoming a long rib cuff fan because I did 25 rounds, and this is the 2x1 rib. And then I followed her stripe sequences. I put an extra one in because once again, I like to wear them with boots and like my socks to show. And then I pretty much followed the pattern for the rest of the sock. So just did the standard heel with the turn and the gusset, and then yeah, down to it. I thought about doing a red contrast toe, but I didn't, and you know what, I'm happy with it. And it was really interesting how much yarn this one used. I was better better at working it out. So I use 25 grams of the main color, and this is the woman's medium, so I cast on 63 stitches for this one. So 25 grams is pretty good. I should be able to get well, if I do the same again, I've written everything down so I can, then I will get the main colour of the sock out of 50 grams, half a skein. So I'm really pleased by that. And what I'm super excited about is that this was a mini skein. So I have heaps left. So I actually think I could get 2 pairs of socks with red stripes out of this, which just blows my mind and really opens up mini skeins to me because I've been collecting them. As you saw last week, I got those beautiful ones from Skip Rope, but now I'm a bit like, well, yeah, you can do contrast, cuff, toe and heel, but what else can you do with them? Well, I can do striped socks, and I might end up having a whole wardrobe of striped socks because how dominant does it look? And I can't believe you get all that colour from a mini skein. I'm so excited. So I used 5 grams for my stripes. That's pretty amazing. That's all it used. I mean, even if I've seen some advent sets that advertise 10 gram skeins, and I did think, well, what do you do with only 10 grams? But actually, you could do striped socks, couldn't you? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited I'll have yarn left over, 10 grams left over, because I just love this red sparkle so much. Sorry, I've probably gone on about it a bit. But yeah, what a great way to use mini skeins. I'm so excited. I think there'll be a lot more striped socks in my future. And what even kind of more makes me love this so much is I only had at the end of this 4 ends to weave in, because I carried the yarn down the side. As you can see, the first time I was really good and caught the yarn like they suggested, and then after that it was all long floats for me. And you know what? I tried it on and it didn't seem to make a difference as long as the floats were long and stretchy enough. And when I get to the end of the round and have to bring up the red from the round before, I just put my finger in and make sure the yarn went over my finger, and that gave it a really nice stretchy long float, but not too stretchy. I don't think my stitches look like too big. I think they're okay. So yes, interestingly enough, I think I might have to work on my jog though. I did see when I reread the chapter, there is a thing on jogless stripes, and I think I will have to try it where you kind of knit one strand of the stitch below and pull it up to get the jogless stripes. But I think they're okay here. They're much worse here on the foot, since that'll be in my shoe. I don't think it's gonna matter. But regardless, I love it. There will be a lot more striped socks in my future because I carried the yarns. All I had was the beginning 2 ends and the end 2 ends to weave in. So they were so fun, so quick. Really recommend striped socks. And I even feel like the foot went quick because you're just alternating your straps. And the way I knitted them, I used a tip which actually relates to my next project, and so I'm going to show you because it's kind of in progress, and that's this one. And this is the Arnie and Carlos free Christmas stocking cowl. Now the cowl has finished. They have done a video for every single part on it, but the pattern is still up and free at the moment, but they said it will disappear. So if you want the pattern, go over to their blog and get it now. Now, as you can see, this looks a bit bulky, doesn't it? And that's because it actually has a ball of wool inside. And what they said to do is we'd done some knitting with the blue, and then they said just pop it inside, do some knitting with red, and then when you finish the red, we're going to go back to the blue. And that way you've still got it attached, but it's out of the way and not getting tangled up with the colours you're using at the moment. And that was just brilliant advice. I then used that for this, and that was wonderful. So every time I finished a 3 round red stripe, I literally just popped the ball in the sock and then knitted my blue again, and I didn't have any yarn tangling. So probably everybody knows that already. Sorry. I was just so excited by that discovery because it made the yarn tangling situation disappear and was so much easier for me. So anyway, more striped socks will be in my future, definitely. I have cast on the next one, so it is ready to go. I just need to do my 25 rounds of whip and then I can start the stripe sequence. But yes, it is there and it is ready. So I can't forget about it. So let's get to my next project, which I'm sure you guessed is the Han and Carlos Christmas stocking. Sorry, just changing my notes to the next page. Okay, so this is their 2025 free one. It came in 25 installments. They started in October and finished it in November, so you'd have plenty of time to get it done for Christmas. I started late, but that's okay. I still feel I have plenty of time to get ready for Christmas. It is the Thursday, the 27th of November today. So, look, last time I showed it to you, I was about halfway through the green. So I have done quite a bit and I'm really enjoying it. I love that star motif that I finished. This is an acorn, isn't it cool? And then I have started, I think it's little elves from the look of it. Can you see their feet? Isn't it cute? So having lots of fun with this because it's Faro, it's only 2 colors at a time. It's really easy. I just put like a color in each hand and off I go. I am knitting it on 3.25mm dpns, which I do like. I don't mind knitting with them, but I am finding every time I put them in the bag or away, I seem to lose some needles off the ends. Anyway, that's not a problem. I pick them up again and fix it up, but yes, I have noticed that. Yeah, anyway, that's okay. I am using 8-ply for all this, so my red, green and blue are all Naturally Magic Garden buttons. They are leftover yarn I had from baby knitting years ago, and then the cream and yes, the cream and the yellow are just 8-ply random balls I had, which I thought, well, they fit, let's use it as a Christmas stocking. My end will be sewn up. And actually, I quite like it full. I guess that's what they used to do with Christmas stockings, wasn't it? They'd hang them up and fill them for the kids. So yeah, really enjoying this. I try and do 6 rounds a day. I didn't do too bad this week. I think I missed a few days, but oh well. It's getting progress, and yeah, I'd really like it finished by Christmas, my first Christmas stocking. So how exciting. All right, so then I also worked on my mystery shawl. So Clue 4 came out last week. I was up to date last week. So I did start Clue 4, but I haven't finished it. So, ooh, the lace looks good, doesn't it? That is my Clue 4 lace. I really love how it is looking. This is another Jokonamo yarn, and it is called Alpine. It is on their Stellina base, so it's got a lovely sparkle. I don't know, are you seeing? Trying to catch it in the light. Isn't it funny? The red was really strong. Oh, I think you're getting a bit of it. Yes, so this is the blue. It is very pretty. This pattern is the One Love Mystery Shawl by Joji Locatelli. As I said, it is finished now. The final clue has come out. And when I talked about last week, I said after clue 3, I had 50 grams left. So I have a plan now, and actually it's good I'm a bit behind because people have been finishing them and putting theirs up on Ravelry on the forum where they talk about it, and it's given me so many ideas, and it's been really helpful at working out what I'm doing to finish this shawl. So if I was to follow clue 4 and finish and do it as the pattern says, I have finished my lace, I would do another garter band, and then I would cast off. And it has been suggested to use a picot edging, and I have seen it done and it looks lovely. But my problem with that is that I actually have a bit more meterage. This was 400 meters than they suggested. I think they suggested 375, 380, around there. Anyway. Though because I have that extra, I want to use what I have. So I have found a lady, and her name is Sarah Peterson 200 is her Ravelry profile, and she put her finished shawl up. It was stunning, and it was so helpful because she had the same meterage as me. So she finished clue 4 with 17 grams remaining. So that's, I think, what's going to happen to me. By the time I do my garter stitch, I will have about 17 grams remaining. Then she did 4 more rows in the lace pattern, 4 more rows of the garter stitch, and then she did the picot edge, and hers looks so good. I loved it with the just the 4 rows of the lace and 4 rows of the garter just gave it this really lovely pretty edging. It was more I guess shaped, and I loved that. And so that's what I'm going to do, because I don't just want the plain garter edging, I think, looking at it. And also it would use more yardage and get it a bit bigger. And in the end she said she had 14 meters left. So hopefully my attention's the same as hers. I guess I will find out. I am going to weigh it when I finish clue 4 properly, but yes, that is my plan. And I am using the cord 4 needles, so 4.5mm on an 80cm cable. And you kind of saw another new purchase this week, because when we went to the House of Wool, my youngest and I, he picked needle stoppers for me. Aren't they cute? He picked little suns. I think they're adorable. And actually, I had never taken him there before. Here we go, they're on the right way now. And when we came out, he told me, wow, Mum, that was the coolest shop. And I went, oh. And he also helped me with some yarn purchasing. So, you know, I thought I can take him again. He had a great time, and I had a good time too. So yes, this is my One Love Mystery Shawl. So it's coming along. Would like that finished soon, but we'll see how we go, because yeah, I have some plans. So I have one more whip to show you that is in progress, and this is my, well, it started off as the Vanilla Bean pattern by Crazy Sock Lady, but turned into a vanilla sock because I decided that the yarn was so busy, I just liked it plain. So as you can see, I have done my heel. All the slip stitches, I've turned it, and I have just picked up my stitches to do the gusset decreases. So yeah, I really like how this yarn is looking. This is Hodge Skeins again. This is another of their knit for the girls. This is Fighting Spirit, which they also do have some left. On their website, I noticed, not that I look at their website a lot, but they have such pretty yarns. Um, and yeah, I really like how it's looking. I mean, it's just a simple plain sock, but yeah, the only thing that's different about it is the rib, because I was following the Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Bean pattern, which I am going to do again in a lighter yarn. It is in my list. With less value contrast. It's 2x2 rib. I think all my others are 2x1 rib. So that was a bit different. Did I write down? 15 rounds I did. So that actually comes in a lot more. I'll be interested at the end to try it on and see what I think about the fit. Maybe I'll be a 2x2 rib fan instead of doing a more 2x1, but yes. It is coming along. Last week you saw a magic loop, 60cm chalgu, and I did enjoy that. I did that all the way to, I even turned the heel, and then I went to pick up the gusset stitches and I went, well, how do I do that magic loop? And I could have looked up a video, but instead I had bought myself 2 new sets of dpns when I was at the shop this week, and yeah, I thought, you know what, you know how to do that. Let's just do it that way. So it's back on dpns, but I think I might change it back once I get kind of on a bit and all my decreases done to magic loop, because I did enjoy doing that for the main part of the sock. So yeah, I know I need to look up how to do it all on one needle, but oh well, I'll get there step by step. So yes, that is all my knitting for this week. Okay, let's talk about plans. So actually it is Thursday the 27th of November. It is 9:59 right now, and that means 59 minutes ago I'm AEDT time. The Ooey Gooey Sock Cal by Andrea Mowry started. So I am going to be casting on today. I have decided to be brave. I've not only changed my yarn choice from last week, I think I'm going to try toe up. And a really lovely commenter, thank you Robin McCummont, I hope I'm saying that correctly, said if you're going to do toe up, try the Turkish cast on. So thank you for that suggestion. I have found the YouTube video Andrea Mowry has done for that, and I am going to be starting that way, because you know what, I don't think I'll finish the 2 socks by, I think it's Tuesday 4 AM for us, the thing, because I have a pretty busy weekend, week and weekend ahead. That's okay, but it could be fun to try a different technique. I haven't done toe up for many years. I don't know if I've ever done a Turkish cast on. I guess once I try it, I'll see, do I remember or not? And yeah, these are my new colours. So why have I changed my colours? I originally had these 2 and they are beautiful and would look great. However, I talked about shorty socks last week and a lot of people waxed lyrically about them and said, no, you have to try shorty socks. They are fantastic. So when I was looking at shorty sock patterns, as you do, I came across, all right, I'll just have to put my notes over the other page so you can't see the pattern. These, here we are. So they are, oh sorry about the glare, honeycomb and moss socks from Summer Lee's The Sock Project book. And actually this is the last project in the book, and aren't they pretty? I just love them. I thought, yes, I would love to knit those shorty socks. They look gorgeous, they look cute, and yeah, then I could see, are they worth doing? Am I gonna wear them, you know? Now, as you see, hers are mint green and I am a Summer Lee copycat. And then I thought, well, I've got mint green speckled yarn. And it was meant to be used for the Ooey Gooey sock, and I did think, oh, maybe I could get both out, but I don't want to risk it yet. So this beautiful skein, which is Hodge Fibres, it is their Wyong Fibre Fest special edition one of their 4-ply sock yarn. I am going to move to that pattern and put in the queue because I just think it would be perfect. And I have decided, I think because I'm in such Christmas vibes at the moment, to go with a more Christmassy pair. Look at these colours. So this beautiful yarn is hand dyed. Here we go. I wound it. You can tell because the label's not in the ball properly. I haven't mastered that. My husband's very good at it. Hand-dyed New South Wales merino sock wool. Now, I bought this from the Nook at Lura, and I talked about that a few episodes ago and said that it was closing. I am so relieved to say they have been able to renegotiate. I think it was the massive outpouring of community support for them, and everyone's like, can we try? Can we help? You know, can the landlord do anything? And they did. So they are not closing, and they're staying in the same location, which is fantastic because they're this creative community. There's about 15 artists who display all different things, including hand-dyed sock yarn. And they've been there for 29 years, and they're such a staple. So I'm so glad they're still remaining there and still remaining open. This beautiful yarn I bought from them is 75% fine New South Wales superwash merino from Nundle Wool Mill. And it is hand-dyed in Katoomba in the Blue Mountains. So this will be my contrast colour actually. I had a look on Ravelry and I really liked the ones which had kind of a dark solid for the body of the sock and then had this bright variegated contrast. So that's what I'm going to try. I have this ball too. This is a yarn I've had for like 15 years. I know it's Shoppel Admiral Druck. I'm not sure what colour it is or even if they still make this colour, but it is a beautiful green. I thought it fitted the Christmassy vibes, so that is my plan, to cast on with this. Maybe after this video, I don't know, I've got a list of stuff to do today. But today it will be started and then do a main colour in this and see how toe-up socks go. I have bought... This is my other pair of needles. I bought 2 pairs of needles. I was thinking of doing 2 socks at once, you know, back and forth with DPNs, but now I have, I think I'm more realistic. I'm probably only going to get 1 sock done. Yeah, and yeah. The other needles have already gone to another project anyway. So that is my plan. You have to let me know if you're participating in the Ooey Gooey Sock Carl by Andrea Mowry. Hopefully I've put a picture of it up. Sorry, I didn't really introduce it that well. But yes, there is a Facebook community forum. It's really fun seeing what other combinations people are doing, and I'm sure it will be fun to see how fast some people can knit, because some people are pretty confident they will get it done on time, which, oh, how amazing is that? Okay, I have one more thing to talk about. Like, here we are, a yarn purchase. I couldn't go to the House of Wool at Lura and not buy yarn. So this is Fury Sock hand-dyed. Isn't it stunning? And I was looking at it and my son, who's 5, came up and he's like, ooh, what's that yarn called? And we looked at it and this is one of the words he reads, rainbow. And he's like, oh, you have to get that, Mum. And I'm like, enough said. Yeah, you know, I needed a little persuading. So yes, I did get another skein of sock yarn. Isn't it beautiful? I think it'll probably just end up being a vanilla sock, but yeah, I just thought it was lovely and I can't wait to cake it up and see how it looks, because they're interesting. Like in the skein, you see the blues and the reds far apart, but then I know when it will be wound, it will be all together, but hopefully still keep some of that rainbow, yeah, vibe it has. So yeah, that is my yarn purchase that I had this week. Hi guys, I'm back and you didn't even know I was gone. I actually was just editing this video. It was about an hour later when I finished filming and my Ash and Eve club arrived. Now, I've never got a yarn club before. This is my first one. It's their November Hallowmas club. So I think you're meant to get a skein of Halloween and a skein of Christmas, or maybe 2 skeins of Christmas, and if you were in the club earlier, like August, September, you got Halloween. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out because it just arrived and I saw that and I thought, ooh, I could unbox it and show it in the video. So I have no idea what's in here. Well, hopefully some yarn. We'll find out. And actually, just before I edited my video, I did start my Ooey Gooey socks and you get a sneak preview. So these are the yarns I just showed you. I started with this and look, I did a Turkish cast on. I have a toe. So that was my reward to myself before I finished filming. I did a few jobs and I thought, you know what, you can cast on. And I did. I'm very excited, and I'm just building the toe, I guess you'd see. That little marker's there, so I know that's the beginning of the round. But yeah, I've started my ooey gooey socks. Yay. You have to let me know if you're doing the cow toe. I'd love to know what you're using, what colours. And also, I suddenly had a thought, because I haven't done a toe-up sock for many, many, many years. What cast off do you use for toe-up socks? I really am not sure how to cast it off, but anyway. We'll see when I get there. Because I guess you want it to be quite stretchy to get over your foot, so not just use a normal cast off. Anyway, let's get to the parcel at hand and open it. It opened quite nicely, and then inside, ooh, wrapped. Has a lovely sticker on it. I will try not to rip the sticker because I do like to put them in my diary. So I know I might just have to cut around that one. There we go. I got it, so I'll cut it nicely afterwards, because I don't know, they're just nice mementos to have, aren't they? And here we are. So what was in, oh, the cutest, I mean, I own a black cat, so isn't that perfect? The absolute cutest stitch marker. I didn't expect that, so that's exciting. That must come with the club. And then I got candy cane capers. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is lovely. And treasured treats. So it must be 2 Christmas ones, I'm guessing. From the names, because they don't look Halloweeny to me. So it must be you get 2 Christmas, and I wonder, I haven't decided if I'm joining the December one yet, but oh, look at this. Oh. And look at that. So yes, this is the Ash and Eve November Hello Miss Club. So 2 skeins of Christmas yarn. I don't know if you can quite tell, this actually is a little bit greener in real life. It's not just a cream. I guess that's why it's called Treasured Treats. And so it's got that green tinge, and then it's got the speckling of the red. So yeah, very Christmas and very pretty too. Even a bit of mauve in it. And then, oh, I love this one. So this is their candy cane capers. Beautiful too. So both these are their Posh sock base. They're 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 gram hanks, 425 meters on this each hank, so a bit longer than normal. And I have never used Ash and Eve yarn before, so this will be my first time. Yeah, I wonder if I have a sock cast on by next week. When I talk to you, somehow I think I will. Anyway, yeah, how exciting. And I am super excited by this. I think I might actually put this as my new row counter, because it looks a little bit better than that one, doesn't it? But that's what I had next to me. So yeah, a little bit of excitement and Christmas excitement. I can get these knitted up. Okay, well, you have to let me know if you've done yarn clubs before. They're probably old hat to people, but this is my first one, and I was so excited it arrived today and I could share it with you. So yeah, I'll let you get back to the video now, but that was my bit of excitement. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching my sock knitting episodes, and it's so nice to meet other people who are as mad about sock knitting as me. I know I had one shawl, but the rest are stocks, and oh, and a Christmas stocking, but that's definitely in the sock family, isn't it? Let me know. It's December next week, so what are you doing? Have you got a yarn advent or something like that going? I'd be really curious to know. Yeah. Well, have a fantastic knitty week, everyone. Take care and happy knitting, and I will see you next week. Bye.